It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Got a little snow last night. Well, it looks like it's going to be a sunny day. It's about 13 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 10 or 11 Canadian. Fatwood or pitchwood is a pitch saturated wood that forms in the base of trees around here. Generally when they die standing up, the pitch runs down and saturates the wood in the trunk. These little stumps here somebody cut a long time ago. I'd say at a minimum 50 years ago, could be 100 years ago. So we'll see if there's any fat wood in them. Probably can't smell it, but you might be able to see it. It's all kind of a yellow, and you can smell a strong smell of turpentine. See that triangular shaped bright spot is where all the pitch is gathered. Finish cutting this down and we'll process it. can see how tight the grain is on that wood and how the portion of the wood that was saturated remained while whatever, I'm sure this tree was around at one point. And this stuff's all rotted away, but where that pitch saturates, it's like iron. It's hard to saw. It's a dense grain. I'm not going to count the rings, but it's probably a 100-year-old tree that died 100 years ago. This stuff's got a lot of snow mixed into it, but you can gather up that sawdust from the cutting, put that in a little tin, and use that for fire starting. So what I'm going for here is to cut this up into pencil size pieces so it'll fit in a tin like this. This is a tea tin. So I'll cut the end off there to make it fit. It'd probably fit about twice this amount in this tin. You can leave it as it is, or you could paint it, or cover it in paper, give it away as a nice gift, or maybe sell it at a farmer's market if you make a bunch of them. The idea is not to have it look perfect like it was made by a machine. It's made by a human, and it should look that way. This wood, this ponderosa, up here the wind blows, short growing season, it's dry. This stuff is twisted and curved and it doesn't split perfectly, which is fine. Like I said, that makes it look like it's made by a human and not a machine. Kind of try to steer the cut a little bit, but pretty much goes where it wants to go. I kind of like these ones that are tapered at the end. They don't look as nice and fancy, but if it's tapered at the end, I think it lights a lot easier. These will go next to the wood stove or the fireplace or the barbecue grill, just to light fires with. There's a little bit of a breeze right now. These aren't windproof, but as you can see, in the house to light a wood stove, it doesn't take much to get them going. One of the reasons it's called Fatwood, probably can't hear it, but it kind of sputters a little bit, almost like fat cooking. And you can see, you know you got pitch wood when you see that black smoke. I don't know how well you can see it, but that black sooty smoke, that's the pitch burning there. That stuff will burn. Burn and burn. So that's probably a good thickness. The anything that splits out too soon and ends up too short, you can dice up. See, tapered on the end? You can dice it up into shorter lengths to fit like an Altoids tin or a little tobacco tin or something. Little bits like that that come off. So you really need to get a mess of this stuff and then process it through, and so that you get a lot of good pieces that are fairly uniform. I suppose if you wanted to be more, have it look a little more uniform, you could probably use a table saw or something and run these through. Try to get them, but can you see how curved that grain is? it's kind of hard to split it evenly, and if you sawed it, I don't think it would come out as, you'd be cutting the grain everywhere. And this stuff is pretty brittle. It's alright if it has a big taper like that, I think. That finally went out. There you have it, some for the tea container, some for the Altoids, tin.